What I'm about to show you is shocking. Advocate Baloyi has finally been exposed to be a weak lawyer because Ntanzi is a witness he simply cannot handle. Ntanzi asked, "Chu took my phone to Pukeng whilst I was detained in the cells," and Baloyi had nothing to say. Ntanzi asked, "Who answered my phone at Pretoria University?" and Baloyi had nothing to say. The man was handcuffed in skinny jeans, and his phone was receiving messages, and Baloyi had nothing to say. So please guys, please family, if you wish Baloyi to lose this case, like this video. 20 bombshells, let's go.
On 6 November 2020 at 17:10:07 made an outgoing call lasting 25 seconds. Gogo's number 060682412, and the tower was Queenswood. And we also referred to the second call on the same date.
My response, my lord, was that I did not have a phone. My phone was taken from me on my day of arrest on the 16th of June.
The next call is found. Any comment on this call of the 10th of November 2020 to Gogo's number?
Kukhona mhlambe ke ongathanda ukusho ke malana ke nalo locingo lolukhuluma ngalo ke olenziwa nge-10 zika November 2020 osuka kuwena liya ke ucingo lukagogo.
Mina ungakusho phambi kodwa azange ngifonele le number futhi ngangena phone ngani.
My lord, I did not make this call and I did not have a phone on this day.
I suppose by your answer, Mr. Ntanzi, you're not disputing that your number called Gogo's number. All that you're saying is that it's not you who made the call. Is it?
Mnumzana Ntanzi, ngiyacabanga ukuthi ke ngempendulo yakho uthi ke awuphiki ukuthi ke inombolo yakho ke yafonela ke inombolo kagogo kodwa wena uthi akusuwena owafonela ugogo ngalolu suku. Usho njalo?
Usho njalo phambi kodwa befone yayingekho ke.
That is what I'm saying, my lord.
Listen to what just happened. The prosecutor himself says it. You're not disputing the call. You're just saying it's not you who made it. And Ntanzi says, exactly. That is what I am saying. The phone was not with me. This is not a man who is panicking. This is not a man who is confused. This is a man who has one answer, and he is going to give it all day. And the prosecution has nothing to prove he is wrong. Nothing. No CCTV of him with a phone. No witness who saw him with a phone. No document showing he had a phone. Nothing but call records from a phone the police confiscated.
On the 26th of June, 2020, received an incoming call at 16:40:29, lasting 91 seconds from your mother's number, saved as Mama Wami, 079-0696-750. The tower is 3G, Pretoria University, NGA.
Mhlaka 20, it is clear, my lord, that the person who answered this phone is the one that was in possession of this phone between Mabena and Mohale.
Lokhu nje kumhlophe kuthe kwakusobala ngoba akaze ngibookiwe nange 26.
That is very, very clear, my lord, since I was never booked on the 26th.
Izona nalapha phambi kwekatolo ngeke ngakubuza enye indlela wathi kimi kukhomba ukuthi la kusemgwaqeni. Nganga athi khona ngihamba namaphoyisa ngisemgwaqeni. Uboshiwe izandla nenyawo.
There was a question that I asked sometime, I think yesterday, and then your answer was that we were on the road. So my question is it possible that I will answer a call whilst I'm with the police officials en route?
Next, the call data shows Ntanzi's confiscated phone called Detective Mabena's line and sent a "please call me" to a police official. Ntanzi asks, "Would I send a please call me to the police who arrested me?" This is the moment the prosecution's case died. Ntanzi is reading the state's own documents and he finds something the prosecutor hoped nobody would notice. His confiscated phone called the police. It called Mabena, Next, please.
And just to show that they were busy using this phone, from this document, one can see that there's Mabena's number that is showing there, and he or she has been also sent, please call me.
Nge-22 nkosenkantolo, nge-10 2020 kwaku-19 21 13.
Ufunda phi?
Da, le number le. Ufunda le.
And then it shows, my lord, he indicates, it shows the date was the 22nd of October 2020, and the time was 19:02.
Manje bese ngithi mina nga-call back iphoyisa lingibophile.
And you really say I would send a call back to a police official that arrested me?
A please call me to a police official from the phone of a man they arrested. Listen to Ntanzi's words. You really say I would send a call back to a police official that arrested me? This is not a phone calling a girlfriend. This is not a phone calling a mother. This phone is calling Mabena, the detective, the man who confiscated the phone. The police were using Ntanzi's phone to call their own numbers, and the prosecution just sits there, because what can they say? The evidence is in their documents. Defense advocate formally objects. The prosecutor has been telling the court that calls were received when the records show CF, call forward, meaning nobody answered. The judge checks the legend and sides with the defense. This is the moment the defense caught the state red-handed, misleading the court. The prosecutor says received. The records say CF, call forward, nobody picked up. The defense stands up and objects, and the judge checks the documents himself. Show us, please.
This is not an objection per se, but I realize that my colleague, when he's going through these calls, he says the cell phone, the cellular phone that, or with the number that belongs to Mr. Ntanzi received a call. But on the record here, it is stated as a CF, and a CF means it's call forward. When we look at the legend, the abbreviations of what this alphabet, of what these alphabets are referring to, when a call, when a cell phone, a gadget is receiving, or a particular number is receiving a call, it will write MTS, mobile terminating call, MTC actually, yes, it's MTC, mobile terminating call. And when it is calling out, it is an MOC, mobile originating call. But CF simply indicates it's a call that has been forwarded. But my colleague is reading this information to reflect that it received a call that was forwarded. I don't know where does it get that from, because it's fact the record here, it's simple, it's CF, there's no MTC, mobile terminating call, meaning that this call that the phone, the number that belongs to Ntanzi actually received a call that was then forwarded. That is what the state is now saying, my lord. The state does not read what is contained in the record here. Yes, Mr.
As a court, please, my lord, we just wish to refer counsel Advocate Nisi to the explanation of call data terms.
Explanation, read?
Explanation of call
data terms. Yeah.
And that's the document that Ms. Fathiligem referred to, and the acronym CF. CF, it says call forward.
Forward, yeah.
It says in brackets, the cell phone was not answered and the call went through to voicemail. It's a call that came through, was not answered, it went to voicemail. Or the phone was switched off and the call went directly to voicemail. Or the phone was diverted.
But the call went through.
Yes. Well, I don't know what the problem is, my lord.
Yeah, fine.
I think the explanation is there for counsel to have a look.
My concern, my lord, when the state says it received a call then it means somebody answered that call. It was received. But when nobody answered that call, it remains a CF, call forwarded. So, but now the state is saying to the court that that phone went through, meaning that somebody answered that call, which is totally against what is being referred to as a CF. It's call forwarded. Nobody answered that call. And this is contained in the legend, my lord. Well, my colleague is referring it as an explanatory note, yes. The data terms, yes. The other word for it, simply legends. The court can go, CF call forwarded. They explain what call forwarded is. It means the phone was not answered because nobody picked it up, as opposed to the MTC, mobile terminating call, where somebody receives it. In this instance, this call was not answered. It could therefore not have gone through because nobody answered it. It just kept on ringing and ringing and ringing. Automatically, then it went to voicemail. So it could not have went through.
The judge said, I don't know what the problem is. That is a judge telling the prosecution to go read the documents properly. The defense caught them. CF means call forward. Nobody answered, voicemail. But the prosecutor was telling the court that calls were received. He was making it sound like someone picked up the phone. He was inflating the evidence. And the judge checked the legend and sided with the defense. The state does not read what is contained in the record. Those are the defense's words. And the judge agreed. On 19 to 20 June 2020, Ntanzi was being processed at Phukeng police station in handcuffs wearing skinny jeans. Officers Gininda, Mukani, and Mabena were present. His phone was simultaneously receiving multiple SMS messages at the 3G Phukeng Tower. Picture this. A man in handcuffs, in skinny jeans where you can see everything in the pockets, 5 police officers surrounding him, and his phone is receiving text messages at the Phukeng Tower. How? Show video, please.
And at that time, I was wearing a skinny jean. And if there's anything that is in my pocket, concealed in my pocket, it is easily seen. It can easily be seen. And further on, I was handcuffed, and my phone is receiving SMSs. Now my question is, who received? Or yes, those SMSs.
Yes.
Handcuffed. Skinny jeans. You cannot hide a phone in skinny jeans. Everything in the pocket is visible, and he was handcuffed on top of that. Gininda was there. Mukani was there. Mabena was there. 5 officers, and his phone is getting text messages at Phukeng. Ntanzi asked the question the prosecutor cannot answer. Who received those SMS? Because it was not Ntanzi. He was in cuffs. The police had his phone. And the prosecution cannot say a single word.